Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be making a chunky bag and we'll be using blanket yarn and a 6mm crochet hook. First we are going to be making a slip knot, and from there we are going to chain up 21. The extra one is going to be a turning chain, so that means we're going to be using 20 stitches to make this bag. So we're chaining up 21. I have my 21 stitches now, so we're going to skip the first chain and single crochet into the second chain. When you do this, you can add your stitch marker here. I think that's going to be easier. We're going to be single crocheting down until we get to the end of the row, and that's going to give us 20 single crochet. So I'm at my last stitch right now. That's my 19th stitch, and into that final stitch there, into the final stitch, I'm going to be making 3 single crochets. So this is going to help the work to turn around so that we can crochet kind of in rounds. So like I said, I'm putting 3 single crochet in that final stitch. And from there we're just going to continue our crochet. So we're just going to continue single crocheting all the way around, and that's going to be row 1. So we just continue, no need to turn or anything like that. We just continue with single crochet down. I think with chunky yarn it's better to pull from the middle than from the obvious part. Also, I would really advise that you count your stitches, because these chunky yarns are no joke. Like, it's actually really difficult to see what you're crocheting, to see your stitches. So it's very advisable to count your stitches. I frogged this bag like 2 or 3 times because I noticed that at some point it was as if I was increasing, like my stitches kept increasing. So it's always advisable to count your stitches. You can stretch it out. So once you've gotten to the end, that final stitch, you're going to slip stitch. And if you had put your stitch marker as I instructed earlier, it's going to be easy for you to see the final stitch. Once you slip stitch, you chain 1 and then you continue. So now this is going to be our very first stitch for our second row. This is our second stitch. I'm sorry if you can't really see it properly, because like this is the first YouTube video I'm making and I had like difficulty positioning my camera. I'm back with my stitch markers, and so we're just going to I was putting my stitch marker here, but like I said, it's actually better and like it's going to save a lot of time to put your stitch marker before this row. So we're just going to keep single crocheting from here until the end, and that's basically going to be our pattern for this bag. I was just explaining that for this pink bag that I made, I didn't chain one, I didn't slip stitch and chain one, I just kept going round and round. So but it just made my work a bit quirky, so I decided to chain one, to slip stitch and chain one in this round to make it more even. So we're going to check the final results. Just going to keep single crocheting. I'll continue my single crochet. From here we're just going to continue single crocheting around. This was where we did our 3 single crochet, so now we have like 3 stitches there. We just keep following the stitches and single crocheting around. Once again we have gotten to the slip stitch. You see where the stitch marker is, so we just slip stitch and chain one. I'm just removing my stitch marker to put in the right position, and then we continue single crocheting around, and we're going to be doing this single crochet for 8 rows. So here I'm just going to fast forward this video to save time, and I'm going to meet you when I have crocheted my 8 rows of single crochet. So as you can see, I've done my 8 rows of single crochet. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So I'm ready to start my hand. I have slip stitch into the last, and each of the stitches 21 on this side, 21 on the other side, so it's a total of 42 stitches. I have chained one. I'm going to chain extra 34 to make it 35 chains. And I'm going to find, if you count through, this is chain 21, so this is where I'm going to put it in. I'm actually going to do this like a decrease, so it's going to pick chain 21 and 22. Then immediately return, we start crocheting, now single crochet, so I'm just going to single crochet. I get to the end. When I get to the last stitch, I'm just going to put it right here, stitch where the chain marker is, but it's leaving a space and I don't want this space, so I'm just going to slip stitch. This is what I'm going to do. Into the slip stitch, in the stitch marker is, I'm going to do this like this. Stitch into the next, chain one, I'm going to cut off my yarn, so weaving the yarn, but there's really no need. This is what the inside looks like. This is what our bag looks like. So pretty. So pretty, 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 pretty. So we have two of these right now. This is our bag.